what is I think the most important and which we should not lose focus of when we try to pull down our heroes is the immediate impact on Bengali society. That liberation, that renaissance is something that is undeniable.
See, everybody sort of links Ram Mohan Roy's movement to Sati abolition.
Correct.
Now, the contrarians, they say, where is the evidence to show that there was Sati in Bengal? Now, to say that there was no Sati in Bengal is as wrong as saying that there was rampant Sati in Bengal. Sati was not linked to so much to religion as to property. Now, why was the widow burnt along with the husband? Essentially to grab the husband's property, so that there's no heir. And in those days, among the upper castes, especially among Brahmins, it so happened it was difficult to find a groom, because I suppose there were fewer men than women, or whatever the reason. There was a lot of child marriage which would happen, and it would happen across castes. So you married your 10-year-old daughter or 8-year-old daughter to a man who is 40 years old or 50 years old, and he would die without any children. So the family around him, to grab hold of his property, would force that girl to commit sati, or the alternative was to be sent to Banaras as a Banaras widow. So his own sister-in-law was forced to commit sati. And he refused to attend the cremation because nobody would listen to his pleas not to do it. And that sort of embittered him to a point where he said that everything about the extant form of Hinduism must be challenged. And he then started exploring the idea of one God. And mind you, the idea of one God is not exclusive to the Brahmo Samajis. The Arya Samajis also believe in one single divinity. The Sikhs, they believe in one God. The Buddhists, they believe in it. And there are other sects of Hinduism which would believe in monotheism and not polytheism. In their own way, people who worship Kul Devta, it could be one local god, local goddess, whatever. That also is monotheism in its own way. So he sort of refined it into and raised it to a larger idea, and later academic work started qualifying that course of Hinduism as the higher Hinduism, that where you sort of focused more on the spirituality than on the form and the rituals. And the subsequent Brahmo Samaj movement, they wanted to bring about these particular changes in Hindu society. They never left Hinduism, they never left Hindu society. The Brahmo Samaj, as I keep on repeating, it refers to itself as Samaj. So, there were other things like the Brahmo Marriage Act. I mean, it predates the law to prescribe some sort of minimum age of marriage for girls. The Brahmo Marriage Act was a very unique act of its time. The attempt to empower women, the attempt to give women equality, a lot of people misunderstand why is it that Brahmo women don't wear sindoor and shaka and things like that. Because those historically, those were devised as ways and means of letting the world know that this woman has already been taken. So they did not want to look at women in such a narrow manner that she has been taken, she has not been taken. And you should read Saheb Bibi Golam, the novel. One of the characters there, he is the owner of the most popular and largest selling Sindoor and Alta. You know what's Alta?
Yes, of course.
Most Indians would know what's Alta. And it was supposed to be very potent. That women who used that Sindoor or Alta, their husbands would never go astray. And ironically, the factory was owned by a Brahmo. And he had a daughter. The daughter never used the Sindoor or Shaka, this thing, Alta. And the Zamindar's wife, who would religiously use it and seek affirmation ki this will work, no, I mean he won't go away, no. And this man would tell her that no, don't worry, I mean I'm telling you. And then of course, as the novel tells us, the man goes astray. Not only goes astray, he kills his wife, buries her in the house. So that was the power of Sindoor and Alta, which was shown as fragile. I mean, in its own way, it was shown as fragile. And this man who owned the factory, he feels as if he has been cheating people, so he just gives up everything and goes away. So, I mean, these are,
Yes.
as I said, it's not some linear movement which happened. It happened in a very diffused manner.